China's economy. It's a topic that has fascinated economists, investors, and policymakers around the globe for decades. The sheer scale and rapid growth of this economic giant have been nothing short of spectacular. But like any great story, it has its ups and downs, twists and turns. It's a bit like a giant dragon breathing fire one minute and taking a nap the next. This dragon, representing China's economy, has shown its fiery side with explosive growth and industrial might. But there are times when it seems to slow down, taking a breather, and that's when the world starts to worry. Right now it's feeling a little sleepy. Factories are quieter, streets are less bustling, and the once unstoppable momentum seems to have hit a bit of a lull. This slowdown has raised eyebrows and concerns, not just within China but across the globe. So what's a dragon to do? Stimulus package, of course. The Chinese government, ever the vigilant dragon keeper, steps in with measures to reignite the fire. These measures are designed to boost economic activity, create jobs, and ensure that the dragon doesn't fall into a deep slumber. Think of it as a giant energy drink. But instead of caffeine, it's full of infrastructure projects and tax cuts. Massive construction projects spring up, roads and bridges are built, and tax incentives are rolled out to encourage spending and investment. It's a grand plan to wake the dragon and get it moving again. Will it work? Who knows? The effectiveness of these measures is always a topic of debate. Economists and analysts pore over data, trying to predict the outcome. Business leaders watch closely, their expressions a mix of hope and uncertainty. The stakes are high and the world is watching. But it'll be entertaining to watch. The drama of economic policy, the excitement of market reactions, and the anticipation of results make for a gripping spectacle. It's like watching a high-stakes game where the outcome could affect millions of lives. The big question is, will this stimulus package be a magic trick that saves the day, or will it be like that time you tried to make a soufflé and ended up with scrambled eggs? The uncertainty adds to the intrigue. Will the policies work as intended, or will they have unexpected consequences? It's a gamble, and everyone is eager to see the results. Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, the whole world is watching. From New York to London, Tokyo to Sydney, financial markets and governments are keeping a close eye on China's moves. The interconnected nature of the global economy means that what happens in China can have ripple effects everywhere. So buckle up, Buttercup, because we're about to dive headfirst into the wild world of China's 2024 stimulus package. It's a journey filled with challenges, opportunities, and surprises. Whether you're an investor, a policymaker, or just an interested observer, this is one ride you won't want to miss. Stay tuned as we explore the intricacies of China's economic strategies and their potential impact on the global stage. Remember when everyone was talking about China's real estate bubble? Well, the bubble burst. Turns out building entire cities that nobody lives in wasn't the best economic strategy. Who knew? Now the government's trying to clean up the mess. Think of it like playing Jenga, but instead of wooden blocks, it's apartment buildings. They're trying to prop up the market without letting the whole thing collapse. Will it work? Again, who knows? But hey, at least they're not building any more ghost cities. For now. Interest rates. They're a crucial tool in the financial toolkit of any country. They're like the volume control for the economy. Just like you adjust the volume to get the perfect sound, central banks tweak interest rates to balance economic growth and inflation. China's been cranking them down, hoping to get businesses borrowing and spending again. Lower interest rates make loans cheaper, encouraging companies to invest in new projects and expand their operations. It's like giving everyone at a party a free round of drinks. The idea is to get the party going, to stimulate activity and create a buzz. But there's always a risk. Will it lead to a good time or a massive hangover? Too much borrowing can lead to debt problems down the line. You guessed it, too early to tell. The effects of these changes can take time to materialize, and the outcome is uncertain. Then there's the reserve requirement ratio, or RR. This is another lever that central banks can pull. It's a fancy way of saying how much money banks have to keep in reserve. By lowering the RRR, banks have more money available to lend out. China's been lowering that too, which is like telling the banks, go ahead, lend out more money, live a little. This can boost economic activity by making more funds available for businesses and consumers. But again, what could possibly go wrong? If banks lend too freely, it could lead to bad loans and financial instability. Balancing these measures is a delicate act, and the stakes are high. Economists and policymakers are watching closely. analyzing data and trends to gauge the impact. The hope is to find that sweet spot where the economy grows steadily without overheating. Only time will tell if these measures will lead to sustainable growth or if they will create new challenges. The world is watching, and the outcome will have implications far beyond China's borders. As global economies are interconnected, the ripple effects of China's financial policies can be felt worldwide. It's a high-stakes game with no easy answers. For now, businesses, investors, and everyday people are all turning the taps, hoping for a trickle of prosperity, not a flood of problems. China loves infrastructure. Roads, bridges, airports, you name it, they're building it. It's like they're playing SimCity in real life, except with a lot more concrete. The new stimulus package is pumping even more money into these projects. Will it create jobs and boost the economy, or will it just be a bunch of expensive roads to nowhere? Stay tuned. Some people are saying, why don't they build more high-speed rail lines? Others are saying, why not just build a giant water slide from Beijing to Shanghai? Hey, a little fun never hurt anyone, right? Technology, silicon dreams, and electric avenues. So, China wants to be a tech superpower, and they're putting their money where their mouth is. They're investing heavily in semiconductors, artificial intelligence, and electric vehicles. Think of it as a technological arms race, but instead of nukes, they're competing with microchips and algorithms. Will China become the next Silicon Valley? Or will it be more like a knockoff version, with cheaper prices but questionable quality? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure. The future is electric, and China's trying to get behind the wheel. The yuan's wild rider currency on a seesaw, the yuan. It's the Chinese currency, and it's been on a bit of a roller coaster ride lately. Up one day, down the next. It's enough to make you want to stick your head in a bucket of dumplings. A weaker yuan makes Chinese exports cheaper, which is good for selling stuff to other countries. But it also makes it more expensive to buy stuff from other countries, which can lead to inflation. It's a delicate balancing act, like trying to walk a tightrope while juggling chain. Uncertain, the immediate impact is a bit of joy and relief. People are coming together, sharing moments, and finding comfort in the little things. So, whether it's a silly hat or a tasty treat, let's make the most of these small joys as we navigate through these challenging times. Global impact. China sneezes, the world catches a cold, or maybe just a mild cough. China's economy is huge. It's like the elephant in the room, except instead of an elephant, it's a giant panda. And when the panda sneezes, the whole world feels it. If China's stimulus package works, it could boost the global economy. But if it doesn't, it could drag everyone down with it. It's like a game of Jenga, but instead of wooden blocks, it's the entire global financial system. No pressure, China. Conclusion. The crystal ball is cloudy, but the future is bright, we hope. So will China's 2024 stimulus package save or sink the global economy? The truth is, nobody knows for sure. It's like trying to predict the weather in a hurricane. But one thing's for sure, it's going to be a wild ride. So buckle up, grab some popcorn, and get ready for the show. And if you see a giant panda, maybe give it a wide berth. You know, just in case it sneezes.